Hello there. Well, the recipe that I'm going to share with you today, I had to kind of, you know what? This is a phrase that my husband always says, okay? He's military, and he says, adapt and overcome. So that's what I've had to do today because I was going to do this on a grill outside, and it is pouring down rain. So what I'm going to do is just cook it inside with my trusty cast iron skillet. So what we're going to do today is, it's really simple and easy. It will be a quick go-to for you any night during the week or on the weekends when it's just the two of you, or if you have guests, because it is just a classic steak salad with what's supposed to be blue cheese, which is one of Kyle's favorites, but around here couldn't find it, so we're having feta. But that's what we're going to do tonight. So all I'm going to do is, I have some olive oil in my skillet that has been heating up. So now I've got a purple onion, red onion, you know, people call them red onions, but you know, like, this is purple, so I call them purple onions. But I'm going to break these up, put them in my skillet, and we want to let these cook for a little while so that they can just get soft and caramelized. Again, your preference, your kitchen, but Kyle and I, we like them more on the soft side than we do on the crisp side, or you know, I guess you'd call them crisp. So I'm gonna cook mine till they get kind of soft and just beautifully brown and caramelized. I love it, I love it, love it, love it whenever you saute vegetables like this onion, where you can just see the goodness coming out of it as you cook it. It is just amazing. That's what's gonna happen to these onions. You could even add some butter in here if you really wanna rev up the taste. You could add some butter in here, but for right now, I'm kind of trying to watch a little bit. Whoop, there went an onion. I'm trying to watch a little bit, you know. Okay, so I chose to just add the olive oil. I'm skipping the butter this time, but it would be good. Add a little bit of salt and pepper to these jewels. Oh, they already smell delicious. Okay, as you can see, our onions are doing so good. They are starting to caramelize. They smell wonderful, and they look absolutely beautiful. They're starting to get shiny, and all of that is telling you that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So this is a beautiful sight, and oh my gosh, I can't even begin to tell you how wonderful it smells. We don't like too much longer, and these are going to be right about where I want to go ahead and take them off of the heat. Our onions are perfect, and so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn my heat off for a minute because I don't want the skillet to get too hot on me. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna cook our steaks. I have two, mine are small, okay? They're, you know, we get our beef from individual here, a local man that raises beef, and so they're a little different, but he put them in 2 packs. They package them, you know, 2 to a pack. So ours are a little bit small. But they're, oh my gosh, I mean, they're just kind of compared to like what's at the grocery store. But what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my skillet on, but first I did want to go over this with you. What you wanna do is, I've had these steaks sitting with some olive oil, salt and pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. I've just let them sit and kind of marinate for a little bit. But what you want to do before you put it in this skillet, if you want a good sear and a little bit of a crust on that steak, you want to take a paper towel, and yes, it's your good olive oil, but I'm going to add some olive oil back, and you want to pat this really well. And after I put it in the skillet, I'll pat the other side. And the reason that you want to do this is because you don't want any liquid on this steak, because that will keep it from getting that really pretty crust. So just pat them really well. Make sure there's nothing wet on the surface. Now we're going to turn our skillet on or burner on, and we want this to be pretty scorching hot, because what you're gonna do in the beginning, you are going to put them in a hot skillet. You're gonna let that sear and get that crust, and then you're gonna turn on both sides, and then you're gonna turn your heat down and let them finish on a lower heat. You can put them in the oven and finish them in the oven if you would like. Kyle and I like them, when we cook them at home, we like them kind of medium rare. So we like ours on the rare side. But if you don't, then you'll just turn your heat down and just let those cook until you get them to the temperature that you want. All right, my olive oil is shiny, which is telling me it's hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the side that I wiped off. I'm gonna put that down in the skillet first. Okay, here goes the second one. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and pat this other side carefully, because you do have some hot oil that's popping up there. So you wanna be really careful, and you may not even wanna do that if you're not comfortable with it. You want it to just sit there and let it get that sear and that crust on it. So don't move it. Just be patient. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes for our, like I said, the way we like our steaks, just probably 2 to 4 minutes, depending on your heat on each side, is gonna be good. So I'm about to turn them over, and you are going to be amazed. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful. Here goes this one. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Delicious. You just want to be careful, and you don't want to cook them too long. You know, so when they're finished, they're going to be the desired texture or doneness that you like. Okay, so we've cooked this side for a few minutes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove them from the skillet, and I'm just going to add them right here to my board that I already have going. And what you want to do is, you never want to cut your meat as soon as you take it off of the heat. You want to put it somewhere, let it rest, and that way whenever you slice it, your juices aren't going to run everywhere, and that's what causes a dry steak or dry chicken. You want it to rest so it will hold all those juices inside of it, and then when you slice it, you know, you don't want it to get cold, but you know, just for a few minutes, let it rest good. When you slice it, all that juice is going to stay in there. Okay, my steaks have been resting. I've started to slice them up, and as you can see, they look just about perfect. Like I said, this is about how Kyle and I like our steaks, but you know what? Your kitchen, you can do yours however you like your steaks, but as you can see, they're juicy. This is just about to run off of the cutting board. So they are so juicy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this sliced up, and then we're gonna arrange the salad. You know, probably what I should do first is sample it to make sure it's good. It is definitely good. The steak is all sliced and ready to go, and I've got my baby arugula. Now you don't have to use this. You could use spinach, you could use a mixture, you could use mixed greens, but I love arugula. I love that peppery flavor that it has. So anytime I can find it around here and I can use it, I'm gonna use it. Kyle likes it too. Okay, so you just want to make a nice little bed there for all this goodness that we're fixing to put on it, okay? First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna lay out let's lay out our onions first. I'm just gonna use my fingers. I've told you before, it's the best tool there is in the kitchen is your fingers. So I'm gonna take these little onions and just kind of place them all over, because you wanna make sure that when you serve this, you know, when you get a serving, when you use your salad fork or whatever, and you get a serving, you want to have a little bit of all of it in every bite. Okay, I think that's probably going to be enough. Now we're going to take our beautiful beef and we're just going to run that kind of down the middle. Just arrange it real pretty. Look at that. Oh my gosh, isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. We're gonna go ahead, I've sliced up some avocado. We love avocado. So I'm just gonna kind of come in here and I'm gonna place this avocado around just at different places. I'm gonna go ahead and put a few pieces up on the meat because we don't want to leave out any of the avocado. We want all of the avocado. Now we have some little grape tomatoes that I've cut in half. We're gonna place those around. You know what? You can change these veggies up too. If there's some, you know, oh gosh, you know what? Grilled mushrooms would be so good. I love steak and mushrooms and onions. It doesn't get much better than that. But next time we have it, we'll throw some mushrooms in there. Okay, now, last ingredient before the dressing is, like I said, this was supposed to be blue cheese. That's what Kyle's favorite is. We love to use blue cheese and it pairs so well with steak, but I couldn't find any, and feta is a great replacement. So we're just gonna sprinkle some feta cheese on top of here. I have this dressing that I actually have already made up. I will have the recipe for it on my blog. That's cookitfortwo.com. The full recipe for all of this will be there. But for time's sake, I already made this up. And what this is, it's olive oil with some garlic, balsamic vinegar. It has a little bit of date syrup in it and salt and pepper. And I think that's about it. But like I said, the full recipe will be on my blog. So we're gonna take this. Now, you can drizzle it a little bit more than I'm going to, but Kyle is not a huge fan of balsamic vinegar, so I have to be very careful with it. So I'm just gonna kind of lightly drizzle this, but feel free, if you love balsamic vinegar, then you just go ahead and just drizzle your little self silly, because this dressing is delicious. You will love it. You actually saute cook the garlic in the olive oil before you add the other ingredients. So that's about all I'm gonna add right now, because I can add more if I want more, but I want him to like the salad. So we're gonna stop right there. This is our one dish dinner. Like I said, very simple, didn't take a lot of time, not a ton of ingredients, but the flavor is wow. It is just amazing. And look how beautiful it is. So there again, you know what? I hope that you found something in this video that you didn't know before. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you can take something from here and use it in your kitchen. Lord bless you.